Welcome back to another episode of the Body Buddies podcast. This is episode number 190, Strategic Indulgences.
Welcome to Body Buddies, home of the Power Foods lifestyle. Take it one meal, one workout, one day at a time. And now, here's the founder of Body Buddies, Kristy Jo.
In case we have not met before, my name is Kristy Jo. I am a mind and body strategist who helps you bridge the gap between the science of optimality in nutrition and fitness and the reality of your day-to-day life and psychology. If you want to lose weight, feel better, blast through brain fog, increase your energy, see some muscle definition, soothe digestive distress, and gain a more healthy relationship with your body and food, you are in the right place. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube as Body Buddies or Instagram as Bod Buds. Today's episode is brought to you by Organifi. If you are looking for a fast way to improve your moods and your energy, and you're not hitting all of my recommendations of vegetables 6 times a day in 1 to 2 cup portion size servings, then I really would like for you to consider implementing Organifi into your life. If you're looking for a green drink like this that's rich in antioxidants and vitamins, but is not going to have you plugging your nose and chugging it down, then Organifi is for you. There's no shopping, no blending, no juicing, and no cleanup involved. All you do is put a scoop of this scientifically designed nourishment with vital nutrients into a water bottle or your breakfast smoothie, mix it, and you will instantly notice a difference in your energy and mood. With a 100% money-back guarantee, you are protected by a 30-day no questions asked and world-class customer service experience. You might love the 30 servings per bottle option, or like me, if you're busy on the go, you are going to love the RIP packets. It's non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, vegan. You're gonna love it. I really have tried so many green drinks. This is the only one I will even touch with a 5-foot stick. Head over to Organifi.com. You can use my code to save 20%. That's BODBUDS, BODBUDS. Again, that's Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com. And the code to save 20% on your next order is BODBUDS, BODBUDS. You are going to love how you feel with Organifi in your body. One last little tidbit for all of our returners to the Body Buddies podcast. You may or may not have known that I developed a new free cheat sheet so that it's going to summarize all of the Power Foods lifestyle principles you need to be applying and give you a much easier reference point, kind of like the Cliff's Notes of the book. So go download it for free over on www.body-buddies.com. Just because I know people and sometimes we, get a little distracted. Buddies is spelled Buddies. In this cheat sheet, you're going to get all of the most important nuggets, and you don't have to read the whole book. You're going to learn about strategic indulgences, what the reference points on meat are, the serving sizes for carbohydrates, how many of certain types of vegetables to eat in a day, how much water you should be drinking, what the top 3 supplements you should be taking, and they are not a multivitamin. So go download that for free again on body-buddies.com. That is the home website. If you ever lose your way amidst the many programs that I do offer, go to the home website and it will help you navigate to where you'd like to be. All right, moving into today's topic, I am pulling this from last month's masterclass with my Body Buddies World members. This is a 60-minute live video on Facebook in our private Facebook group that I do every single month. To join Body Buddies World is just $8 a month, and this is a group of support for each other, as well as a great place if you have questions to tag me in a post, and I'm happy to jump in there and answer your questions. So in your journey, while you're learning, while you're trying to maintain whatever it is, as long as you are committed to being a positive solution finding and supportive person, Body Buddies World is for you. So I dove into some of the things about indulgence meals that are more nuanced and things that aren't necessarily spelled out in the book, giving it a little more practical, real-life approach. And so I hope you enjoy learning about this. Again, I do invite you, if you feel like this group of women, it is just for women, sorry guys, but this is just for women. And if you'd like to be a part of it, please head over to bodybuddiesworld.com. There's no contracts, no obligations, no hidden fees, literally just $8 a month to be a part of this awesome group, get training, access to me anytime you need those questions answered, and you get a weekly email that's pretty bomb, I hear. I enjoy sharing my innermost thoughts and strategies and ideas and helping you think differently. That's really what I try to do as a strategist, help you change the dialogue inside of your head so you too can become a strategist of your mind, your body, and your life. All right, no more talky, time to listen. I hope you take some notes, and most importantly, after this podcast is over, think, what's my outcome? What am I going to apply as a result of listening to this episode? That's what I invite you to do with anything you hear from me. That's how you apply. That's how you learn. That's how you move forward. So if you're a true body buddy and you're willing to think and act upon what you learn, time to really sit back and digest what we're about to discuss. Here we go. Planning your indulgence meals. So in the book and the podcast and every topic I've ever covered with indulging, you have to understand, for the majority of people who are trying to lose weight, who need to lose weight, indulgence meals are not necessarily needed physiologically. If you are above a healthy weight, indulgence meals are not about psychology. No, they're not about physiology. They're 100% about psychology. They're about keeping you going and not pushing that bandwidth to the point and pulling that rubber band where you just can't pull it anymore and snap. And how many times have you experienced that before, and you push and you push and you push and you have willpower for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, heck, maybe even an entire year, and one day your bandwidth is gone for willpower. And you snap and you either gain that weight back or you gain more back. And I can't tell you how many people I have watched do that when they are approaching it in extreme ways. And I know it's hard when you want the weight off. And that's why I really do appreciate the people I'm able to coach very, very closely, because we're able to work on the emotions and mindset behind the quick transformation when that is happening. And so they don't have the snapback because their emotions and their identity have shifted with it. But a person doing it on their own, 9 times out of 10 will not be able to make the transformation on their own, emotionally and psychologically. And so I would encourage you, if you are going to go on that extreme path, you need to get coached for the mindset and the psychology behind it. You may or may not need someone to be like, hey, make sure you eat 12 grams of this today. No, you need someone to be like, tell me the ego that's in what today is. Tell me what process of removing the past barriers, like someone that's going to come in and help dissect a lot of the inner truths that are stuck inside of yourself. So be very careful with that. So with that said, most of my programs do come with an indulgence meal once a week. And that's for you to keep going and have something to look forward to and not feel like this is just death and torture. So in this specific program, it says each week it may be very beneficial for you to indulge in a non-strategic meal, not cheat day, indulgence meal, where you do not worry about your portions, macronutrient categories, or stabilizing your blood sugar. This can be both psychologically and physiologically beneficial. Now, what would make it physiologically beneficial, Kristy? Well, depending on how extreme you are pushing for your current caloric intake and how extreme you are pushing below that, if you are being, let's say your normal intake and to maintain your weight is 2,000 calories a day, and you decide to go super extreme, and I would never recommend, if your normal intake is 2,000 a day, you should only be going 300 calories below that, and the rest should come from exercise. So the only type of people who should be at 1,500, 1,400, 1,300 are those who are more sedentary and not able to execute that level of exercise, or those people who do not have an efficient metabolism. And so that would be more of a baseline of 1,700, 1,800 per day, that's where they're maintaining their weight at. And so cutting to 1,400, 1,500 calories per day would be just fine. So let's assume that let's push the extreme level and you cut 600 calories per day. Your body needs 2,000 a day, but you're cutting to 1,400 a day. You have a 600 caloric deficit just from your food intake. And you're being like 100% on your A game, like no deviation. You're like, I'm doing this every single day. You wake up, you execute, you do it over and over and over. Well, after 6 days of that level of deficit, your body does physiologically need a reset of caloric cycling in order to help your leptin and your ghrelin hormones to not be compromised. And so what I'd encourage you to do is, that does not mean you have to have a non-strategic meal. You can do calorie cycling and have a surplus of calories from a very power foods meal. It's all dependent upon you and what your body and what you need. And when you ask yourself, what is it that I need to feel like I can keep going and look forward to? Maybe it is that you need a slice of pizza. Maybe it's that you just want to have a humongous scramble and not worry about portioning the meat in your scramble, and you want to add bacon to it, and you want to add cheese to it, and you want to have some tomatoes on it, and you want to have some, half an avocado, and you don't want to measure it. You just want to eat until you're full. Then that would be a great thing too. It's all about you and what you need to keep yourself going. The key to a good indulgence is to plan it so you earn it. Be sure to stop eating when you are full and prevent yourself from turning it into a binge. If you binge, remember BIF. BIF is an entire document. You can go print it. I will just type it in here for you guys, but go print this PDF so you can just keep it where you will need it if you're prone to overeating, and just go to bingebyby.com/BIF. And so B stands for balance your body. You do not starve yourself after you emotionally eat. Maybe you will eat protein veggie meals for a few meals until your body tells you it's ready to eat, and then you can bring in the energy nutrients of fats or carbs. I would recommend fats. And so you need to balance it though. You need to drink water, perhaps do your Body Buddies detox drink to help get that metabolism going. It's going to take some time depending on the amount of food you ate for that to process through. And so that's the best thing you can do, is just balance your body. Do not starve yourself. Do not do some weird old home concoction remedy. Like my Body Buddies detox drink is all you need: the apple cider vinegar, you need a little bit of bone broth, you need a little bit of protein in there to stabilize the glutamine. Just getting some of those basics in there would be great. The lemon, of course, on the alkalinity level would be very helpful as well. I stands for identify and trace back. We've done this training in Body Buddies World before. We've done the ETEB chain. Events lead to thoughts, lead to emotions, lead to behavior. So your behavior was the overeating. So trace it backwards. What emotions were you feeling at that time? What thoughts created those emotions? What event created those thoughts? And as you chase an ETEB chain and you trace it backwards, you will be able to come to some conclusions, and you will start to notice the repetitive internal triggers that are causing some of that behavior. It's not the food that's the problem, it's the emotional coping, and that's a neural pathway that's been firing, and you've carved that in. And so until we create a new neural pathway, it's probably going to keep firing down that chain. And so the F is forgive. You have to forgive yourself. Otherwise, if you hold that over yourself, that's never going to create an environment where you can actually progress and see a level of future possibility in yourself, and you will just always keep firing down the old pathway. Creating a new neural pathway for when you experience that said emotion in a long-term approach is not entirely easy, but it is extremely possible. And I've had so many people be extremely successful in creating these new neural pathways in my 12-week Binge Bye Bye program. And so if that is something you feel like you need, make sure you visit bingebyby.com, as it's a video-based coaching program where each week you do the workbook, you listen to my lecture, and it basically guides you through the process of discovering what the topic of the week is. And those topics are built upon the LDS Church's 12-week addiction recovery program, but kind of molded to what I've observed in people, especially around food, and so forth. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that go to group therapy, and they've tried all sorts of groups and forums, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I got so much more out of either coaching with you or the Binge Bye Bye program. So if that is for you, just make sure you are checking out those other resources. I'm going to skip the triple S. Basically, that's sauces, sweeteners, and seasonings. All seasonings are perfectly fine. Watch out for MSG. Just try not to use it constantly. If you notice migraines and headaches, that can be something that is exacerbating that. Try not to buy any dressings or sauces that have MSG in them, or any soybean oil, canola oil, partially or fully hydrogenated vegetable oils. Watch out for the sugar content. Even mayonnaise, a lot of people are like, well, it's just bad. I'm like, and tell me why it's bad, because that's what I do as a coach, is challenge you. I want to know how you think. And so they're like, well, because that's just, everyone knows mayonnaise is bad. I'm like, tell me why though. Tell me why it's bad, and let's not say it's bad. It's not strategic. And they're like, well, it has a lot of fat. I'm like, actually look at the fat grams. Is it even in a peak range? No.
So that's not the answer. So clearly you don't know why it's probably not a strategic food. Look at the ingredients. Soybean oil. Now we have a problem. It's an inflammatory oil that's hydrogenated. That can cause the buildup of plaque in the arteries. And so it's starting to look at things like that. Most of your salad dressings you will find soybean oil in. So be super wise as you're looking about those. I would highly recommend sooner than later you be very vigilant with your food dyes. I'm at a point, I used to love artificial gum and beverages. I mean, 3-4 years ago, I would drink those and, it was a better option and something fun. And I was always saying like, well, everyone needs their crutch. These days and this year, and this goes to show like the long approach of the lifestyle change at this level in my living this lifestyle for the 7th year now, I will not even drink a flavored beverage that has sucralose or food dye in it. Food dye is like my nemesis. And that's probably because I'm still in my pre-childbearing years. And I'm just like, I know too much about it and I will not do it. So I just really want you guys to look seriously at that. And not only for yourselves, but for children. Please be super wise about those food dyes, especially the red dye. Oh my gosh, you guys, the level of brain and immunity and other connections, it is just so much that we just cannot avoid it. So please watch out for that. I'm just going to finish today up with one last thought, which is you are not in food prison. And you have to challenge your brain and you have to tell yourself you're not in food prison. This is not punishment. This is setting you free. This is helping you accomplish more in your day. This is helping you to feel your best in your own skin. This is helping your brain to fire at the best of its ability. This is helping give you the energy to be as productive and focused and contributing to the world and your family and your job and everything in which you spend your time. This is allowing that to happen. So while initially it can feel diety, that just goes to show you just haven't been in it long enough. You need the time experience for it to shift into, how I said, is this method of eating and thinking about the food you put in your body will become permanent as you repeat it. That is when you actually make it a lifestyle. In the beginning, for people, it's not a lifestyle change because it's not programmed, like I talked at the beginning of today, it's not programmed into the muscle memory yet. It's focusing on tactics and fundamentals. And when you are in that process of focusing so hard on that and it's not in your everyday habits yet, then you're not in a lifestyle change. The lifestyle change comes at the end of that time period of focusing on integrating these habits into your life and making them automatic. Automaticity invites the lifestyle change. I hope that makes sense because that's, in the beginning, it will feel diety and that's okay. That's okay. But the repetition is what makes it there. If you feel that your favorite foods are forbidden, please change your attitude. There's a difference between using the words, I can't have that, and I am choosing not to eat that. Attitude is everything in a true lifestyle change, so be on guard for those negative thoughts and feelings and seek to reframe them quickly if you wish to succeed. Those thoughts are normal, but you have the power within to combat them. This is why you should plan your indulgence meal, as well as seek to understand macronutrients and exchanges. Most of the time, you can still eat many of your favorite foods in a strategic way to still make an exchange. These methods are best understood as we work together, and I can teach you individually. So I hope the biggest takeaway from today is that you have been able to be reminded of a lot of these basic principles that, here's the beautiful thing, I'm the longest one that's been living Power Foods lifestyle, right? But even focusing on the basics brings me back to those things that give me power and give me control and give me purpose and give me focus. Because like I said at the beginning, when your brain has a task, it can more easily focus on that and it can persist at that. And you would do well to do that in any area of your life you want to see improvement in, is set the task at hand. And then that gets the momentum going, whether or not you accomplish that task or whether you accomplish everything else on your list. Focus on what the most important thing is that will help get that momentum going, and you will be surprised at what comes as a result. Thank you for letting me share this time with you. I hope that you watched all of this to the end. If you still have not got a Body Buddies t-shirt, remember Body Buddies World, you just have to pay shipping. So just $5.99 and just send that to me on PayPal or Venmo. and send me your address and size, and we'll get you a Body Buddies t-shirt. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope that each of you will contribute a lot to the group this week. I can't wait to see the questions and thoughts and what you guys are doing in your journey. I can't wait to see what you come up with. So just go forth and be your best self, because it's all about you powering yourself up to be your best and enjoy your life, because when you do that, you're a person of more value and love and service to all those around you. So power your body, one meal, one workout, one day at a time. Nope, it's not another diet. The Power Foods Lifestyle's real-life approach helps you become a strategist of your own health using science, psychological tactics, and practical application techniques. You will not need to kiss your favorite foods goodbye, but you will start learning how food works in your body. You'll begin to tweak the way you construct meals. You'll learn how to balance your blood sugar, and most importantly, you will learn how to accept yourself for not being perfect and commit to the journey. It's messy, but you gotta keep going. Start your Body Buddies journey today with the Power Foods Lifestyle Starter Kit. So what's inside the starter kit? The paperback copy of the Power Foods Lifestyle, personally signed by me, the audiobook digital files so you can listen while you clean up, drive, cook, or do tasks around the house, my 3 PDF printable recipe books with over 150 delicious, simple, and totally easy recipes that even the most novice cook can enjoy, 6 sample Power Foods Lifestyle fat loss meal plans for women, the Power Foods shopping list, and the food prep planner. Now, if you were just to buy the copy of the paperback book on Amazon, that would run you about $22. The starter kit is only $37, which is going to save you over 60% of what you would pay if you were to buy all of these products separately. So I've put them all together, everything you need to really get this self-study journey started. This is the best way to get started and learning, whether you're ready to start with coaching now or ready to do the academy. This is the best place to get started. You do have what it takes to power your mind and body. Let Body Buddies and the Power Foods Lifestyle be your next path of progression into a sustainable lifestyle change.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on iTunes. You can learn more about Body Buddies and Power Foods Lifestyle by going to www.body-buddies.com, BODY-BUDDIES.com, and powerfoodslifestyle.com. That's www.POWERFOODS-lifestyle.com.
Information in this episode is provided for informational purposes and is not meant to substitute the advice provided by your own physician or other medical professional. Information and statements regarding dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.